I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your favorite filmmaker, your favorite show could never, could never. After what has it been, 3 years, Squid Game's trailer has been released. December is right around the corner. It seems like it's gonna be long, but I'm telling you, these months gonna fly by, especially with this election upcoming. I have some articles up so we can see any information about the upcoming season of Squid Game. Also, I want to talk about how Netflix in particular has increased the amount of foreign films that is on the platform, and a lot of us have been watching foreign content. You may not have even noticed. I remember growing up and like trying to talk to people about like, oh, did you see this foreign film? Did you see this foreign film? Like, you know how there's kids in high school that have like that are like obsessed with Japan? Okay, I was one of those kids, except I was obsessed with South Korea. Now that's popular, that's common. It's pretty regular to hear of a teen that likes K-pop, BTS. But I was a K-pop stan from back in the day. I kept this poster. It was in my bedroom when I moved because I had it from high school, but it's such a gorgeous picture. I love me some Rain, dude. Oh my god. I still follow him. And he's still fine as hell, okay? Korean cinema is extremely underrated. Korean movies are extremely underrated. Just Asian film in general. I've seen so many countless Japanese, Chinese, Korean movies since I was a teen. They're just on another level. It's called Hallyu, which is the Korean wave of influence, Korean culture throughout the world. Within the past recent years, Hallyu has reached America. You know, I think it started with like Gangnam Style, Parasite. You know, the Korean movie that won an Oscar really took it to the next level. And then Squid Game came out and really took it to the next level. It's like everybody knows now the brilliance of like Korean media, Korean films and whatnot. Let the games begin. Squid Game will come back for its second season on December 26, 2024, Netflix announced on Wednesday. And series creator Hwang Dong-hyuk additionally confirmed that a third previously unannounced season of Squid Game will be its last, arriving in 2025. We love to hear people walking away when it's time to walk away. And don't get drug away kicking and screaming. That's good. And on a high note, here's the official synopsis for season 2 of the Korean drama, which picks up where season 1 left off. Oh my god, let's go. 3 years after winning Squid Game, Player 456 remains determined to find the people behind the game and put an end to their vicious sport. Using this fortune to fund his search, Ji-hun starts with the most obvious of places. Look for the man in a sharp suit playing dakji in the hallway. But when his efforts finally yield results, the path toward taking down the organization proves to be deadlier than he imagined. To end the game, he needs to re-enter it. Oh my god. I'm guessing they're going to have new games, new different things to do. So he's going to be hunting down the man who he played Dakji with in the subway. When he was in the subway and the man came up to him to play the game, I said, is that Gong Yu? Oh my god. I'm sure a lot of y'all are not up on like Korean dramas, Korean celebrities. He was a heartthrob in one of South Korea's top Korean dramas. First Shop of Coffee Prince, I think was the full name. Gong Yu, he was like the guy. And there's another romantic comedy that I love him in that he was so hot in that movie. Okay, anyway, if y'all don't remember Gong Yu in the movie, this is him. I don't think he's not married, is he? All right, that's not relevant right now. Why? I see a Reddit post. I'm ready to go broke so Gong Yu can slap me around. This scene had me rolling, dude. How hard he was slapping him in the face. I feel like they put him in here because they know like he's like a big guy. If you know Korea stuff, you're like, oh my gosh, Gong Yu is in this. I'm hoping that Gong Yu has a bigger role in the next season so that we can like get to see him and spend time with him because he's just a great actor and I'm sorry, he's gorgeous. This looks so dated. Whoa, this looks so dated. He looks crazy. His hair. And in the show, she's supposed to be a guy, right? She's supposed to be a guy. And he thinks that she's a guy. And she was binding her chest. Yeah, anyway, the show was good. Very Korean. Like, you gotta kind of get it. You gotta kind of get it to get it. You know what I mean? Returning to the cast are Lee Jung-jae, Lee Byung-hun, Lee Byung-hun? I thought he died. Oh, wait, no. I'm thinking of someone else. Okay, we want to talk about George Clooney or Tom Cruise of Korea. Yeah, Lee Byung-hun is kind of like that. Okay, Hwang is returning as writer, director, and executive producer. He was the first Asian director to win the Outstanding Directing for a Drama Series prize at the Emmys. He also wrote a statement about the release of the new season, which you can see in an image below. Squid Game is Netflix's most popular show of all time, and it isn't even close. It tops the list of non-English series with 265.2 million views and 2.2 billion hours viewed, dwarfing the next highest title, Money Heist Part 4, with just 106 million views. And it even beats out English language hits like Wednesday and Stranger Things 4. I'm actually surprised that the main guy came back, because I thought he was saying that he wasn't going to come back. He wasn't going to do it again. But I guess maybe money talks, and Netflix was like, listen, we need you. We need you to come back here and help us out with this. There was some sus stuff going on about the Korean director, about how he didn't get what he deserves, about him not being paid properly, which is like, what else is new? And even though people are watching, they're not getting paid residuals. But he said he wasn't going to come back. If he's come back at this point, this probably means that Netflix paid up. What I'm about to show y'all, if it don't make you rage, I don't know what will. Netflix makes shameful excuses for Squid Game creators' low pay. This week, the LA Times published a truly eye-opening report about Netflix's impact on South Korea's TV and film industry. This is not what I wanted to talk about in this video. Oh my god. Netflix turns to South Korean writers and crews as Hollywood strikes, but they feel exploited too. Oh my god, dude. Squid Game increased Netflix value by almost $1 billion while its creator received virtually nothing. Do you see? Do you see what we have to deal with? Tyler Perry ain't the only one doing this crap. This week, LA Times published a truly eye-opening report about Netflix's impact on South Korea's TV and film industry. Unfortunately, it's not pretty. Even more unfortunately, South Korea's globally beloved TV and film industry has been plagued by exploitative practices from the start. Still, one would assume that Squid Game creator Hwang Dong-hyuk received some compensation for delivering Netflix its most-watched series ever, but that's not so. This is probably why he said no, he was not returning, and they had to pay the up. Instead, Hwang was paid a flat fee upon delivery of Squid Game. In 2021, Hwang told The Guardian, "I'm not that rich, but I do have enough. I have enough to put food on the table, and it's not like Netflix is paying me a bonus. Netflix paid me according to the original contract." In other words, Hwang hasn't received anything from Squid Game becoming a mega hit. Hwang has never seen a single cent in residuals. This is why they was striking. And he forfeited all his intellectual property rights in his contract. This is something that Netflix does that is so sick and fucked up. And I'm saying that as someone who, yeah, it would be my dream to make something for Netflix, have something go on Netflix. But this is not right. So it probably won't surprise you to learn that the LA Times report found that Squid Game increased Netflix's value by a whopping $900 million. This was supposed to be a video excited about Squid Game, and what does it always come back to? Greed ruining everything. Unsurprisingly, Netflix's response isn't great. But to appreciate just how lacking the response is, we should zoom out to look at the larger picture. We're not going to go into this, but I do want to hear their excuse. So what did Netflix have to say to the LA Times about all this? "We pay fair, highly competitive rates with our K-content creators and set clear standards for our Korean production partners who produce all our shows and movies. These standards meet or exceed Korean law." $900 million in revenue. Oh, the only bright side I can look at, the man said he wasn't coming back, and he's back. So that means that Netflix paid up. And I'm praying that all of the actors ask for triple what they got paid last time. Then we might see some justice. Because the main guy in the show, it's not going to happen without him. Pay him what he's worth. Corporate greed literally destroys everything. That being said, apparently more than half of English speakers now watch foreign language content. I'm curious to know how much foreign films you guys actually watch. Make sure you tell me in the comments below if you watch foreign films, if you watch any foreign TV shows, I'm not saying that it necessarily has to be from Korea. But if you're watching Spanish stuff, French stuff, I feel like at this point, I'm like, I done watched every damn British television show on Netflix. Like, is it dark? Is it a thriller of any kind? Is it British? Okay, I am seated. I've been watching like every single British programming on there. I've also been enjoying a lot of the like the Dutch and the Scandinavian shows and movies on Netflix. This is just globalism for you right there, right? Like, as the internet makes the world smaller and smaller and smaller, people are sharing cultures, TV shows are going viral. I don't even remember where I read this. It must have been an article, but like, if you ask the top fears of people in different countries, someone may be like being buried alive in this country. Other people is spiders. Other people is like war. And it's like they have different fears. So it's like, for example, horror movies from other countries. It's like fascinating because you're like, you never would have looked at something in this way. Even seen maybe like, let's say like 10 Asian films, you know that they're on some other shit. Their culture is so different from ours. And that makes it fascinating. I love to hear this because the more we come together, the more we come together. You feel me? A new study by the researchers at Ampere Analysis found that most of us watch foreign language content at least sometimes. And some of the 54% of streaming users ages 18 to 64 in the US, the UK, Australia, and Canada watch non-English content very often. The numbers are up significantly from the 43% of internet users who affirm they watch international content in 2020. That was about 18 months ago, before Squid Game was released and racked up more than 265 million views for Netflix, and also $900 million with your hoe ass. Love you, Netflix. Love you. You guys are brilliant. Actually going to make a video kissing your ass very soon. So anyway, speaking of the biggest hit in any language in Netflix's recorded history, it is Korean language shows and films. Shout out to 2019's Parasite, leading the foreign language charts. So Korean films are the number one ones getting made. Frequent viewing of such titles in the English-speaking markets have jumped from 22% in the first quarter of 2020 to 35% in 2024. I don't know if y'all remember, during the strikes last year, Netflix was licensing show after show after show after show. England, Korea, Vietnam, South Africa, this place, that place, that place. Licensing all of these television shows, Colombia, Mexico, because they were not making any new content. That whole 6 months of not filming has bled into this year. That means that no shows was getting made. So of course the foreign language and foreign film viewership is going to be up because y'all ain't make no damn TV shows. Unless people are watching old stuff, of course the foreign language and foreign films is going to be up. I noticed that during the strikes, that was the time when I watched the most. Like, I never seen them pushing like, oh, watch this fucking Indonesian show. You know what I mean? Like, they'll push a Korean show. Can anyone else let me know, like, if any of you guys also speak another language, or you're from somewhere else and maybe you watch films from other countries and stuff, like, is there a lot of other shows besides Korean and, let's say, like, I see Colombian, Mexican shows, some Brazilian programming, some French stuff, Danish, Dutch shows, and Scandinavian stuff, and of course England. People subscribe and they pay $20 a month for Netflix because we want new shows. We want new movies. Y'all need to be releasing new movies and shows every couple weeks. At least every month, y'all need to be dropping stuff. That's the expectation now, especially from Netflix. And what Netflix has been able to do is, I mean, it's literally remarkable. I mean, I said what they did was shitty because it was shitty. But what Netflix has done overall, nothing the world has ever seen or could imagine. And I believe that Netflix, $20 a month, is worth it. And they could charge a lot more. But don't tell them that I said that. If we really break it down, which we will do, the value that they're giving you, it's 100% worth every penny. But people don't really think about everything that goes into the fact that Netflix can bring you new shows and movies every month. As per usual, it is the youths who are embracing the literally foreign stuff first. 66% of the 18 to 34 demo is regularly watching international content. But middle-aged folks are catching up, with the largest growth in adoption among those 40 5 to 64, from 30% to 41%. Speaking of tech adoption, AI is making it cheaper and faster to either dub or subtitle content into English. And that was another thing that I was going to talk about that I read about in this article. They use a tool to make like Joaquin Phoenix Napoleon character sound more French. Y'all see where this is going, right? Y'all see where this is going? They don't have to pay a translator to dub anymore. I mean, they'll probably pay a translator to like edit, make proper edits for the AI, but that's going to take a lot less time than paying a translator a couple weeks day rates to do it. So the AI is going to do it now. I bet you this, what they're going to do next. I'm predicting it now. You heard it here first, okay? They're going to have an AI software that is going to dub the movie in your language, in another language, in the actor's voice. Well, let's say they're dubbing a Japanese anime into English. They're going to have an AI that's going to dub the original Japanese actor's voice into English with a Japanese accent. It's exciting. It's going to be a bloodbath in order to get to this point. The technology is exciting. See, a lot of people are scared, and I get why you're scared, but we need to be afraid because we're not being protected by the government. We're not being protected by the companies, by the corporations for these new changes. The government has not caught up with the fact that everyone's getting laid off secretly and quietly. Everyone is secretly getting laid off. I feel like at this point I've been laid off. My production work has gone way down. I ain't been on set in God knows how long. It's been a couple weeks, but I've been laid off, basically. I've been basically laid off because the industry is shrinking down further. Of those two means of translation, subtitling is the preferred option of viewers in the US, UK, Canada, and Australia. More than 1/4 of English speakers said they enjoy using subtitles for the content that originated in a different language. Less than 1/5 said they enjoy dubbing. Yeah, dubbing is terrible, but sometimes you just don't want to like have to read, man. But if I'm watching a Korean movie, I'm watching it with subtitles. Like it, especially as someone who has literally spent years listening to Korean again and again and again through movies, TV shows, comedy shows, all this kind of stuff. I can't do the dubs. I can't. France, Germany, Italy, and Spain prefer dubbing. The Nordic territories and the Netherlands love their subtitling. English is quite strong in the Nordic territories and the Netherlands, which likely skews the result. The content without borders shift is positive news for streamers. International content tends to be more cost effective to produce and is beginning to satisfy users' demand for fresh content. I didn't even get that far in the goddamn article. That's because people always want new content. As I'm saying, they gotta keep producing content, and the best way they can do that is get content from other countries and bring it over. Israeli AI dubbing company DeepDub says it has an app for that. The company already generates dubs for local language content in over 130 languages, but Accent Control uses AI to allow characters' accent to be modified or retained when dubbing content in another language. Most of the content, not just entertainment but education, is not accessible to most of the people around the world, especially if you go down the line to the kids, said DeepDub CEO and co-founder Ophir Krakowski. They cannot read themselves, so they actually cannot access knowledge. Our aim is to actually democratize the content. Voice actors under the TV and film collective bargaining agreement have protections that require a studio to notify the guild if they're using AI. The studio is also responsible for making the actor aware and giving consent. While DeepDub isn't a SAG-AFTRA signatory, many would-be clients are. In a DeepDub demo video, the app instantaneously modulates the natural voice of an Israeli actress to sound as if she speaks English with a British, French, Italian, German, American accent. It also recognizes the differences location makes. Accent control adjusts for Parisian French, Belgian French, or Canadian French, and can increase or reduce the amount of an accent.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I've got plenty of accents, and this one's for you. Roses are red, violets are blue. I've got plenty of accents, and this one's for you. Roses are red, violets are blue. I've got plenty of accents, and this one's for you. Roses are red, violets are blue. I've got plenty of accents, and this one's for you.
We got it?
This shit is about to get crazy, y'all. We're in trouble. We are in trouble, bitch. Krakowski points to Ridley Scott's Napoleon, in which all actors speak English with a variety of inflections. Krakowski said star Joaquin Phoenix could have a French accent while technically keeping his performance. Accent control also works the other way. Imagine retaining an iconic accent for a character like Hannibal Lecter, Shrek, or Jack Sparrow while translating the film into Polish. It's also useful for corporate clients who want their CEOs speaking in different languages in company videos while cloning their voices. I just said this. It's not that much of a leap. It's not like I'm like a genius or something. What's more likely than making Phoenix sound French is providing more local language content with dubs that indicate the character's country of origin. Krakowski said AI dubbing costs 50 to 70% less than traditional voiceover dubs at 5 times the speed. We are cooked. So anyone who's trying to do film now, there's always, private clients. There's always that way to go. But I'm talking to people who are trying to be in the film business, Like I work in the film business, okay? If you're trying to go that route, we are cooked. The best thing that you can try and do, you gotta start your own stuff. You gotta network laterally, you gotta try and build your own platform. Because I'm telling you right now, if you're an actor, you're a writer, you're a producer, you're a director, you're a camera person, there's always going to be work in camera. Also, be strategic about how you're going to get in this industry, because actors' jobs was already rare and they're getting replaced even more now. You gotta be strategic about what position you're gonna go for exactly. I would say there's always gonna be work in sound, but that does seem like that could be one that could be on its way. I don't know how, I don't know when it's gonna be on its way. So they're trying to streamline this stuff. They're always trying to do the cheapest thing possible. They're never gonna pick paying a person rather than not. You guys should watch my video. The film industry is dying and AI killed it. The best employee is no employee. Even if it's a contractor. The best contractor, the best freelancer is no freelancer. Krakowski said AI dubbing costs 50 to 70% less than traditional voiceover dubs at 5 times the speed. That's because rather than have actors record every line of dialogue, AI lets multiple teams work concurrently. The company also has a talent platform that lets actors make their voices available to content creators and other dubbing studios that pay to use Deep Dub's editing software. This is like some Black Mirror. This is like that episode of Black Mirror. See? Predictive programming. They letting you know ahead of time what's coming. Netflix was letting y'all know ahead of time exactly what was coming down the pipeline for these actors, being able to license their image, their voice. We are cooked. All of this is more nightmare fuel for voice or dubbing actors who fear AI will take their job. Too late. Krakowski said he believes dubbing AI retains or creates more jobs than it eliminates. They always say, I can't deal with the gaslighting. I can't deal with the gaslighting. He believes dubbing AI retains or creates more jobs than it eliminates, with actors getting more work because their performances can be more easily translated to what a local audience wants. What I said is going to happen. The actor is going to be able to speak their normal voice, and then it'll be able to be translated to any language with their voice. This is what it is right now today. They probably got the other thing that I just talked about. It's probably already almost finished. And then they'll roll that out in the next couple months, and they'll be like, it's a new development and we're not going to get rid of your jobs and all this other gaslighting stuff. Would SAG-AFTRA agree? An individual familiar with the guild's thinking around AI told IndieWire they were skeptical of how many new jobs this would create. It's the gaslighting. More likely, they said, is creating more revenue for the sole performer whose voice can now be dubbed in multiple accents. The individual pointed to tech from AI company Flawless as an example of how AI can manipulate an actor's performance, such as lip syncing, without costing jobs. Another company, Adapt Entertainment, works with a film's original actors and uses AI for facial reenactments to create local language content. If you're trying to get into this business, be strategic about what position you play. You may even want to get on the AI team. I mean, eventually you're going to lose your job to another computer, but you know, it could be quite lucrative for the next 2 to 3 years. You know, you could squeeze as much money out of it as possible before you're replaced by a computer. However, SAG-AFTRA also struck a deal with Australian AI company Replica Studios earlier this year to create digital replicas for video game voice actors. That move created confusion and pushback among some members. Deep Dub prioritizes working with voice actors from the specific regions they target. A rep for the company said the dubs need intricacies that a non-native speaker would lack. Even with machine translation, someone still needs to review the material, say to capture the nuance of a joke to ensure a dub is broadcast ready.
Unity and diversity, a vision to pursue from every land and culture. Voices blend and soar. Love's universal language opens every door. In this vibrant tapestry where differences shine, together we find strength. In a bond divine, languages many, hearts beat as one. Under the same sky, beneath the same sun.
Do I need to say it again? We are cooked. Like, you can make it 50% with a Spanish accent, 75%, or 100% a Spanish accent. Or you can leave it more, 25. That's insane. It still sounds robotic, but this is just what they released now. They could have developed this months ago. So the better version is already here, or it's at least 2 months away or so. Oh my days. Oh my days. I like to try my British accent. I think I just did like my Australian in there. Australian is another one of my favorite accents I love to do. I have a South African accent that I also like to do. You know, of course, I like to do my Bajan accents, you know, where my people or my family is from. I like to talk with my little Bajan accent, little here and there, because I spend a lot of time in Barbados, you see. So I spend a lot of time down there, so I know I just pick up, you know, listening to the people talk, anything I can picking up a little bit. This is possibly going to take away jobs from speech coaches or dialogue coaches. What do you need a dialogue coach for if you can just turn on the software? You turn on the software and next thing you know, you have an Australian accent, or it could be an Australian accent with a little Spanish accent or something like that, you know? We are cooked. We are cooked. For Squid Game, I didn't even expect us to talk about Squid Game. This shit is coming full circle. For Squid Game and other major properties, Krakowski said studios still prefer to use humans. However, Krakowski said Deep Dub created the English language dub on Hulu series Vanda. It has also been used on the MHZ Choice streaming platform. You see, they phase it out slowly. No big announcement, just throw it on. Just do it slowly. They do it slowly, they do it under the table. Although YouTube and social media videos make extensive use of AI dubbing, AI researcher Mike Seymour at the University of Sydney said only a small percentage of all media and entertainment content uses AI dubbing. Quality entertainment is based on a person understanding a premise and the subtext of a scene, and computers aren't good at that. That's why actors are so good at their jobs, Seymour said. They just like to scratch your ass a little bit. At one end of the spectrum, there will be uses for these things, but where we're at, 100%, we're not going to replace actors. Yet. Give us a year, though. Deep Dub plans to combine accent control with its existing translation capabilities to create higher quality dubs in any language. Deep Dub is a major player in a crowded space of international dubbing companies, but it recently secured a $20 million investment to fuel growth. Right, of course. You know, venture capitalists. The industry is definitely changing and we need to adapt. Y'all are the ones changing it. The approach to this is work with talent, work with studios, and work with industry to build something that is sustainable and eventually lowers our financial responsibility to pay human beings for anything. That's not really what it said, but that's what they meant. I would love to know what you guys think about all this AI stuff. I would love to know if any of you guys in your industry, what you work, if you've seen AI starting to creep slowly into your industry. Like, how is it playing out? How's it being utilized? I think it's a great thing. Let AI take all the jobs. Let them take all the jobs, because life is more than whatever this stuff is that we're doing right now. Answering phone calls, doing spreadsheets, doing all this BS busy work that doesn't actually mean anything and doesn't get us anywhere else further in humanity. Y'all should know me by now. I'm always going to take it to the fourth dimension, okay? We don't need to be doing these stupid jobs. So yes, let's let AI take all the jobs. Problem is, They have not created a transitioning system. They're just quietly laying people off. The big studios that I've worked for, they're not telling us why no jobs are being done, no shows are being shot, nothing's in develop, nothing's in production. I'm saying nothing, I'm speaking broadly, but a strike, man, killed everything, man. They were like, oh, all right, we'll show you. Not only are we gonna make you wait to agree, we're gonna make you lose your house, your apartment, everything, wait, but then we're gonna export all the jobs abroad, or they'll shoot in the non-main cities and underpay, pay low, or we'll give it to a computer. What I was saying earlier about all the foreign content. So now they're bringing all the foreign content, so that means even less stuff that they have to pay. If Netflix licenses a show, Netflix, Hulu, whatever, it's not just on Netflix, Paramount, HBO, whatever, they license a foreign show and they put it on their platform, and all they got to do is pay for the licensing fee, and then they could even use this deep dub software to dub the show in English. Well, how many amazing shows are there in the world that we've never seen? That saves them so much money from having to produce any content. There's probably enough shows in the past 20 years, since 2004, that they could just put up there, boom, bang, boom, 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 that we've never heard of. It sucks because it's like, it's exciting, it's cool. I feel like we're not going fast enough. America is very behind. Like, one of the many billions of problems, they withhold innovation in order to squeeze every last penny out of things as they can. You notice how we just got like faster charging iPhones, faster screens that don't break, whereas in Japan, that's been going on for like 15, 20 years now that they've had this. But in America, they slow innovation to, like I said, squeeze every nickel and dime out of people as humanly possible. They will create problems in technology and then solve it in the next. It's just like they just do that stuff. So we could be so much further. I mean, we have been seeing in Japan, their AI, their robots, their actual robots that they have there. Meanwhile, in America, you can't even get like a turnstile at a subway station to work properly. It's just a mess, but it's exciting, but it's also scary because we're just out here like, there's no one protecting us. There's no one holding us down. There's no one making a transition process. All I gotta say is, if you're trying to get into business, make sure you're very, very strategic about what your path is. Do your research. Start building your platform in whatever way you can, humanly possible. And that's it, really. I know that was a long rant, but thank you guys for watching this video. Again, comment how AI is creeping into your life. Are you excited for Squid Game? Have you been watching any of the foreign content on Netflix and Hulu? If you have any good shows, also please tell me, because y'all know I finished Lost. I was watching Love Island, and now I'm like, I need to watch something. I don't have anything. So catch y'all in the next one.